Bristol. 6th caution flag of the day. We're getting ready to go back to green. Robbie Gordon was the free pass car, and they're going to hold the restart a lap to get things lined up here.
Got to sort things out.
New leader, Kyle Busch.
Kind of sorted out.
With Sterling Marlin. Probably did not pit.
Yeah, actually Sterling Marlin stayed out, but he pitted back on lap 128. Kyle Busch in the 5 pitted on lap 110.
Well, remember Sterling got spun down the front straightaway here, so he had to pit, so it worked out real good for him.
Well, it didn't take long to find our Allstate Good Hands driver of the day. Watch this with the number 8 car.
What a save. Now that was my best save ever. Get the in-car camera. Whop, whop, whop.
Okay, we agree. Allstate, official insurance partner of NASCAR.
And to me, that sounds like a relaxed Dale Earnhardt Jr. that's having fun. He's got a good race car, been right there just in the top side of the top 10 all day long.
Well, you know, he has his own television production company now. He's doing a show on Speed, and so now he's offering direction from on board the car. Even our director takes direction once in a while. Not often, Artie, but here we go. We're going to go back to green with Kyle Busch and Sterling Marlin out in front of Matt Kenseth, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards, and Ryan Newman.
And the old Mister, he's back on the lead lap, although it be at the tail end.
And that should be a piece of cake considering he's got fresh tires, and Kyle Busch in the 5, our leader, has 50 laps on his tires. But you're right, back on the tail end of the lead lap, the Bifster, he looking for a caution right away.
I'm sure he won't get disappointed. Also, I'm not sure that the 5 car with those old tires isn't going to eat his lunch because he's coming right back up by his back bumper.
Michael Waltrip spent some time behind the wall. He's now back in the race. From Kevin Harvick, looking back at Carl Edwards.
Got the slower cars on the top. Slower cars on the top.
Darrell, would you not tend to believe, though, right here now that Greg Biffle in the 16's back on the tail end of the lead lap, just run the car as hard as you need to right here?
I think so, but he sure doesn't want that 5 to get back around him. Although it wouldn't hurt him at this point, he'd get the lucky dog, but he can't depend on that. I think I'd rather outrun the dude and get it the hard way, right, Jeff?
That's the way I'd like to do it, Darrell, kind of earn it back the right way. But one thing you need to remind everybody about is once he gets this lap back and gets back on the lead lap, he's got to go all the way to the back of this longest line and fight his way back to the front. And that's where we'll really find out whether he's as good as he looks now.
Yeah, Jeff, 34 cars on the lead lap still.
That's where my old crew chief buddy will come in and help me out and get me that track position back some way.
You just drive as hard as you can, man. We'll take care of the rest of it on pit road.
Well, you always say, work your hands and not your mouth.
That's exactly right.
Well, it worked for the 2 of Kurt Busch. He got a lap down, and because of a cut tire, on the 3rd caution of the day, he got the free pass, got his lap back, and now he's a contender once again.
Well, I tell you, he is driving with a lot of discipline, because if you look at that car, it doesn't have a scratch on it, and he's come through a lot of traffic.
Clear.
Yeah, 100 laps ago, he was 39th, and now he's looking real close to the top 10 again here shortly.
Good job, man. Good job. Go get him.
Teammates, Jarrett and Sadler. That is for 12th place.
These 2 cars, both of them, especially Elliott Sadler in that 38 car, they need a good, solid finish.
Denny Hamlin in front of Dale Jr. once again.
We've talked about cars that's come from the rear. Denny Hamlin, remember, he had that pit road speeding violation, and now he's back into the top 10 and 10th position. So we know he's got a good car.
And he likes the short tracks. He ran really, really well up at Martinsville last fall, and he likes these small racetracks. That's where he got his experience.
Look at Ryan Newman in the 12. He's got his work cut out for him. Sterling Marlin just ahead on worn tires. Kevin Harvick chomping at his back bumper just behind, and then Carl Edwards. This little area right here could get busy.
Oh, anytime you see them kind of lined up like that, there's a chance that something's going to happen. One slip, not get back to the gas quite like the guy in front behind you thinks you should, and You make a little contact, or a little contact here, turns you around.
I think that picture right there tells you just how fast you're going around this half-mile racetrack.
It'll make you dizzy. No, I'm serious. You'll get disoriented at times if you run enough green flag laps.
Ryan Newman leading the Dodge Chargers here. Kurt Busch and Jeremy Mayfield also in the top 15 as we close in on 200 laps.
Yeah, Kurt Buschner, too, he just went by Elliott Sadler in the 38 car, so he just moved up another position.
Newman's got Marlin. He's got the inside, and this should bring Harvick, Edwards, and Mark Martin with him. Now it's Newman who got caught and passed by Harvick and gets hit from behind. They're side by side again. This is not over. This is not pretty.
No, it is not. And NASCAR is telling the 29 car to settle down. We still got a long way to go. We got over 300 laps to go here. I'm not sure these guys are finished just yet.
Harvick wants him to go on the outside of him. That's what he wants.
Lap car up ahead, Stanton Barrett. Harvick should be able to use him as a pick.
But look what they're doing, Mike. Look at all the cars bottled up behind them right now. Everybody's sitting here. All the spotters are saying, watch those two guys up there, and they're anticipating problems.
Yeah, because while they're running side by side as they catch the lap car Stanton Barrett, the cars just continue to stack up behind them.
Outside.
Now Newman in the 12 is going to get trapped behind the 95 car Stanton Barrett, so he's going to lose 2 more positions.
And he can't squeeze in next to Carl Edwards.
God, we got them wrecking everywhere, guys.
Turn 4. Oh, and Michael Waltrip drives in long after it's over. Hard to see in these steep banks.
Well, you just, when you're up there, you get that trash on your tires. You can't stop.
David Stremme, Brian Vickers, Michael Waltrip all got the worst of it, and Clint Boyer. This happened at turn 4.
A couple of our rookies involved there.
Car down here, he's spinning around, spinning everywhere after the accident.
Vickers will take it behind the wall. Stremme to pit road. Now let's first show you what happened as Kevin Harvick was trying to work through traffic, and he and Ryan Newman got together. Now there's Harvick on the bottom, coming up on Barrett. Got a little boot from Newman there.
I don't think Harvick was very happy with that, and I think he showed it right there off in turn 1 and 2.
Outside. You're clear. Settle down.
And then in turn 4. Dave Blaney around. And everything stacks up.
You see Michael Waltrip in the 55 car come in here. I think you're right. You could see the front tires sliding on the car.
You get up high, you get shoved up in all that debris, and it gets on your tires and won't stop.
There's that chain reaction, Darrell.
Now Michael's left front ends up flat, Darrell. It may have been flat when he got here. It may have already been flat.
See him up high. You see him up there, and the higher you get it, the more debris there is, and all of a sudden you get to that hole that's not there anymore.
And I'm sure you got to believe the spotter was telling him the track's blocked, basically.
Well, conventional wisdom would tell you that they're going to go down the track. With all the banking, you'd think they'd go down the track, but they were all wadded up there and they couldn't.
And oh, by the way, Greg Biffle in the 16 back on the lead lap.
And that longest line is getting shorter.
Yes, it is. Right. And we got a report that Michael Waltrip, all the smoke a while ago, he had an oil cooler problem, an oil cooler leaking, and right now he's out there 10 laps down.
David Stremme's car has been taken behind the wall for repair. And you see why 160,000 people come here twice a year and fill this place.